Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here today we're going to be talking about Moon Knight Episode 3, and yes, we are going to dive into some spoiler territory, so if you have not seen today's episode, you probably shouldn't be watching this because we are going to dive into spoilers. You have been thoroughly warned. Before we get started, make sure you jump down below, hit that subscribe button so we can keep making more and more content here on the channel, and make sure you hit that like button as it helps with the terrible YouTube algorithm. Now, let's jump into Moon Knight. Of course, this is Episode 3. This is the halfway point. There are 6 episodes of this show, so this is in fact the halfway point. I love this episode. I think this show just keeps getting better and better. At the end of episode 2, it did look like Mark Spector was firmly in control of the body, Oscar Isaac's body. But at the beginning of this episode, there's still some, tug of war being played between Mark and Steven. And you see a little bit of it throughout the episode, but it's more or less Mark giving Steven control of the body for certain tasks, and it looks like as the series progresses, maybe we see them working in unison a little better. We do see a lot more Ethan Hawke in this episode, who just keeps crushing it. I said this in the episode 1 recap, for not wanting to be in this comic book world, he sure is damn good at it. He's so creepy, so good, so subtle in the way that he's creepy. He's just fan-freaking-tastic. We get to see a lot more of Layla in this episode, who was introduced in episode 2. She's great. We get to see some fighting scenes with her. She's badass. She's not quite badass as Mark Spector, but she's pretty badass and can hold her own for sure. We get to see a lot more of Khonshu. Like the last 2 episodes, he's more or less been like a specter hanging above Mark Spector's head. This one, he is like very much an actual character, and he's taking Mark around, showing him different things. We get introduced to some other gods. I was a little disappointed though, because we just see their avatars. I kind of wanted to see what they look like, because Khonshu's got like a great, super cool, unique design. I kind of wanted to see what the other gods look like, and it looks like we might see more of them in the future. So maybe we will see that as the story progresses, because at the end of this episode, Khonshu gets imprisoned once again by the gods, which stinks. Now Mark Spector's going to have to go save him, of course. We get some great scenes in this episode. We get the famous 2 shots from the trailer where it's like zooming in on him standing on top of a pyramid. We get that scene. We get the crescent moon cape scene in this episode, and it's just in the middle of an epic fight scene where he's just taking out dudes. And then Mr. Knight comes out. We saw him in episode 2, of course, and it's just great. They tease a third personality. If you've read the comic books, there was a third personality. It looks like he might be the most brutal version in the show, which is not always the case in the comic books, but it looks like he's going to be like the most brutal assassin type in this show, which I'm here for. I'm curious if he'll have his own variation of Moon Knight, whether he gets like the black costume or not. I'm curious to see how that all works out, but it definitely seems like how in the first episode, Steven kept blacking out and it was Mark doing stuff. Well, now he's blacking out and Mark and Steven don't know what's going on, so there's definitely a third personality in play here. We'll have to see how that turns out. There's a scene where they change the stars and change the sky that looked freaking incredible. The visual effects in that scene were fantastic. Once again, Oscar Isaac's performance is just off the freaking charts, incredible. Just the flipping between Steven, Mark, the superhero alter ego, and I can't wait to see how great he gets with the 3 personalities battling against each other. It's just going to get crazier from here. Of course, this is the halfway point, as I said. We still haven't had any real connections to the bigger MCU. Like I said, Mark Ruffalo is supposed to show up at some point in this show. I think it's going to have something to do with the artifact that Ethan Hawke's character has. I think that's going to tie into the stuff with the Shang-Chi post-credit scene with the MCU artifacts type thing. I can't wait to see where this show goes. I really can't. I can't wait to see what other personalities come in. I can't wait to see the final big battle between Ethan Hawke and Mark Spector. I can't wait to see Mark Spector. It looks like he's going to have to go up against the gods to free Khonshu. Khonshu and Amulets battles, I'm sure, is going to happen. Is going to be sick. This whole show is just amazing. My favorite MCU show so far. I loved Loki. Loki's my favorite, followed by WandaVision. I haven't felt this hyped up for an episode, though, since Loki, and it's just so fantastic. And the fact that these writers are handling Nova, whether that's going to be a movie or a TV series, I can't wait. And the writer of this episode is actually the head writer on the X-Men 97 animated series coming to Disney+, so that gets me excited for that as well. The whole creative team behind Moon Knight, whether on-screen or off-screen, is just killing their jobs. So good. Such a great series. But what did you guys think of Moon Knight Episode 3? How do you feel about the show overall now that we're halfway through it? We got 3 more left, and we're going to talk about them all here on the channel. Let me know what you thought of the episode and the series down in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing out and adding more and more content to this channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.